Good morning and welcome to American Mogul. Today we'll be talking about the forbearance trap and what is going to happen. I've heard a lot on the internet about free money. Take forbearance. You will be able to collect, let's say average mortgage is $2,000 a month. You'll be able to pocket over a year $24,000, and it'll be tacked on to the end of your mortgage. This could not be further from the truth. You have to think who you are dealing with. The banks. You think the banks are in the business of giving away free money? Are you mental? Is there something wrong with you? When you don't pay your mortgage, that affects the bank, because the bank takes your mortgage payment and reinvests it in other mortgages and securities and bonds. And there's a thing called opportunity cost. What they are not telling you, these people on YouTube, is that once you take forbearance, you step out of your contract. So when the time comes, when forbearance is over, you have to renegotiate your contract. Now, in best case scenario, the banks would charge you, for example, if you had 20 years remaining on your mortgage, you might get lucky and they charge you opportunity cost of the 20-year bond, which is like 1.46%, but that's not going to happen. What probably going to happen, because we know that you're not getting free money. It's not happening. You will have to renegotiate your contract, probably at a higher interest rate. And that interest rate will then affect that $24,000 over that 20 years of opportunity cost to the bank. So for example, if the bank bases it on a 20-year bond at 1.46%, that $24,000 becomes $32,000 you have to pay back to the bank. At 3%, let's say your mortgage is 3%, it would be $44,000. But most likely you're going to have to pay a higher interest rate, around 4%. And that $24,000 will end up costing you $52,000. There is no free money. Those people on the internet that told you or advised you to take forbearance, you should sue the snot out of them, for that money that it's going to cost you. It is inconceivable for me to tell someone who can pay their mortgage to take forbearance. It's free money. That is ridiculous. There are two things that I know for sure in my life. People say death and taxes. No. There's a lot of people who don't pay taxes now. But immortality, for sure, is out of the picture. And free money from the banks is probably even higher than that. You'll probably have a better chance of becoming immortal than to get free money from a banking institution. So when you look at this, and what nobody tells you, because everybody's short-sighted, that forbearance is a good thing. Forbearance is for people who are desperate need. If you're in desperation of losing your home today, then forbearance may be an option for you, right? But if you can pay your mortgage, taking forbearance is the worst decision you could make. because the banks sit there and they don't care. Okay, you don't pay, we're going to rack it up. And then when forbearance ends, because everything comes to an end, yeah, you have to go and renegotiate your mortgage, but now not renegotiate like you did originally in a position of power. You're in renegotiation in a position of weakness, because first you're behind on your mortgage. Now they say, oh, the it will be like no worries. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but that's not how banks work. Yeah, banks will use every opportunity to increase the interest rate that they charge you. Yeah, because they're in the business of making money. That's what a bank is. The money is in the bank. The banks create the money through fractional reserve ratios. They can create 32 times the amount of money. So think about this. You take forbearance for a year. That's $24,000. The banks could have created 32 times that. Yeah? Roughly $6-7 million. Even if you go at the lowest rate, it's going to cost you a fortune. The hidden opportunity costs that are going to be charged to people that have taken forbearance is going to be astronomical. It's going to create a housing crisis like you have never seen in your life. There are going to be not just opportunity costs, but hidden fees, renegotiation fees. There's going to be all kinds of fees that you're going to be stuck with. So your mortgage, and this is what I believe, yeah, is $2,000 a month. It will probably, after all renegotiations with the bank, end up costing you about $3,000 a month, depending on how they feather it in. If they tack it on to the end of the mortgage, you gotta avoid that at all costs, because what they will do is say, okay, this money that should have been paid to us will go on to the end of your mortgage, but that money, we could have made X number of dollars on that money over that period of time. And you will be bent over the barrel on this. It's going to be insane. Now, obviously, my recommendation to you is don't listen to anyone. If you can afford to pay your mortgage, pay it. Do not put it into forbearance. There is no free lunch. There is no free money. There has never been and never will be. You will eventually pay for it and more. Yeah? So take heed, because the stress that it will put on you is going to be unbelievable. Think about if you were a bank. You're a bank, okay? So we're going to say you're a bank. And I come to you and say, listen, I can't pay my mortgage, right? I want delay it for a year. And you tack it on to the end. You're going to say to me, wait a minute, what are you telling me? Okay, the government says we have to put you in forbearance. But how you come out of forbearance, that's not up to you. That's up to us. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? The banks will be, they're not worried. Right? They have so much on their side. They are the mortgagor, like you lending me money and me coming to you hat in hand and saying, I can't pay. Well, think about it. You are now not getting income. What could you have done with that income? There is opportunity cost to everything. To every contract ever written in a history of man. Yeah? Verbal, handshake, written, it doesn't matter. If you don't pay, you go to debtor's prison, yeah? That's how it is. Same as if you lent me the money, you would be, and I couldn't pay you, you would be out of your mind. Thinking, how can I get my collateral back? Bankers are even worse than you. Yeah? I know from personal experience, because I've made every payment on time for my whole life, and that I would never, ever take forbearance. I'm also a mortgagor, right? One day I may tell you about it, but it doesn't matter. And when the mortgagee doesn't pay, I cannot sleep, right? It happens. Over time, I've gotten used to it, so I don't even miss a wink, yeah? But it happens. In that contract, there is a fee for late payment. When you write a mortgage contract with someone, yeah, in this case, I sold many homes and I took a VTB, a vendor take back mortgage. There are certain things that, okay, for example, if someone is paying $2,000 a month and they're late, then there's $200 fee. Yeah. So instead of getting $2,000, you get $2,200. That's for 1 month, right? What do you think the banks have? I am just a normal person. Banks are unbelievable, yeah? Of the amount of security they put into their contracts. So you take forbearance, you are basically handing over your house or your future or your children's future or your grandchildren's future and putting it in their hands. There is a ticking time bomb that's going to happen when forbearance runs out and people go to their bank and realize they have to renegotiate their contracts, that there will be fees added on. I think once this is all said and done, you gotta get ready to be paying 50% more on your monthly mortgage payment. And if you haven't taken forbearance, really, really think about it, because it is not a good thing. It may tide over people that will otherwise lose their home, and in that situation, it's unavoidable. But if you can avoid it at all costs. Forbearance is not free money. Okay, that's enough for today. Have a good day, and bye.